Hello everyone, this is the Leech, bringing you a Protoss versus Zerg today on Xel'Naga Caverns. In the bottom left portion of Xel'Naga, we'll have the red Zerg, IMLosira from the Team Incredible Miracle, a very talented Korean player, and he will be playing the pink Protoss here in the top right portion, LiquidHuk. I'm sure you've heard of both these players. They both played in the GSL and done fairly well there. I actually started casting this game a little earlier, but I noticed that a few minutes in I had muted myself, so that was absolutely awesome. That's okay though, I didn't get to see any of the real action. So it will be just as surprising for me as it is for you. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I just finished feeding my dad's cows, so that was fun. Yeah, feeding cows hay. It's pretty exciting stuff, it's no big deal. And I even mowed my grandparents' lawn because that's what nice people do, and apparently I'm a nice person. Anyways, we can see that Huk and Losira have some little conversation going on here. Huk called Losira a cutie and some other nice things, and they're talking about a GSL event tomorrow at the studio. I'm not sure what they're referring to exactly. I do know that the finals would have been tomorrow when this game actually took place, and I did watch today versus Marine King Prime and IMMVP, and you guys should definitely check out the games. They were quite exciting. I'm not going to ruin it for you. Also watched the TSL today. Very exciting. It was Straylock and Tyler and OGS MC versus White Raw. So very fun games between those guys as well. A lot of good StarCraft going on these last few days, and good stuff to watch. Spawning pool now coming down for Losira, and he is going to have that 100 gas right as that finishes to get the speedlings out. Huk getting his wall off here at the front location. First gateway is coming down. Additional pylons starting to be warped in. Or sorry, that's just the assimilator sound. I always hear things warped in, and I just kind of assume they're pylons because, you know, they get placed all over the place. And it was a pylon! So, there we go. Second pylon coming out for Huk right now. Spawning pool just about to finish up for Losira. Huk does have a probe sitting around here patrolling, but really not going to be able to do much once these speedlings come out here. And I did not mention that I'm allergic to hay, so feeding cows hay usually ruins the rest of my day. Yes, that's a rhyme for you. Feeding cows hay ruins my day. There you go. Queen's starting to come out now for Losira. Still no expansion from him just yet, but that probably will be coming down soon as he is scouting inside the main here. As a cybernetic score has been started for Huk. Once again, both players doing very standard things. Huk using his chrono boost up on probes right there. His third pylon coming down right now, and speed has been started for the Zerglings of Losira. And we'll see what pretty soon here they'll start revealing their tech paths, and we'll see what they're going to start doing. See, Losira is going to come down here with this drone and most likely take his expansion, is what I'm assuming will happen. And he does pump out a few Zerglings as well. And there goes the expansion for Losira. Hope you guys have been enjoying the cast lately. If you are, please subscribe to the Leech StarCraft. Every little bit helps, and maybe one day I'll be able to upload more longer than 15-minute videos at a time. That'd be pretty killer, because uploading a 15-minute portion than a 2-minute portion really sucks sometimes. But anyways, if you guys are enjoying them, I hope you will subscribe, and if you guys have any tips and or any constructive criticism, please throw them my way. I can handle it. Even call my voice ugly or something. It's okay, because I'll never listen to my own voice. So no big deal. More gateways coming down for Huk right now, so he is going 3-gate, probably a 3-gate expand. It's a pretty standard thing to do against Zerg on this map. Warp gate research is about halfway done right now, and he is starting to get out some sentries here. Huk is known for very good force fields, so probably one of the best force fielders in the world. MC probably holds the title for the best, but Huk is definitely a very solid force fielder, so force field play from him coming out early on could make a huge difference. See some Zerglings coming up here to take a peek at Huk's base, and we'll see what they actually see. They're just checking to see if there's an expansion. They see there is none, and this one Zergling wants to go take a little bit of a peek. He saw there was a stalker there and decided that's probably not too fantastic of an idea. 10 more Zerglings coming out for Losira here, so a lot of Zerglings being pumped and not as many drones. Warp gate research just about to finish up right now for Huk, and we'll follow these Zerglings up here to the position. Overlord did sneak into the base and take a look. This Stalker is going to be able to kill that before he can get away. So these Zerglings coming up and taking a peek here. Force fields coming down from Huk. He does not want to lose any units early on to cheap Zerglings. So lots more Zerglings coming up right now. Losira going a very interesting build. I don't know if he's going to be going for a Baneling bust, but he does not have a Baneling nest. So that's probably not going to happen. He is starting to drone up now, but really did make a lot of Zerglings, a lot more than normal. And come to harass this expansion a little bit and wants to try and get Huk to cancel that. And if he can, that can make a huge difference. Huk laying down some great force fields. As I was saying before, he is amazing with his force fields. So blocking off a lot of the pressure that could have been put on there by Losira. Zerglings are sticking around though, just continuing to poke in over and over again to keep the harass going. Another gateway coming down for Huk right now, and he's making a nice little wall here into his main so the Zerglings can't just run by. A forge also coming down for him so he can get some cannons if needed and also start those vital upgrades. Losira is almost completely saturated here. Actually needs about 6 more there to be completely saturated. He is completely saturated at the main, so looking pretty good. Starting to get his second gas now as Huk's forge is about to finish up. Zergling's going to attack these sentries a little bit, but deciding that's not such a smart idea. He knows how good Huk is with force fields, and that would not be fun for him. These Zerglings are going to try and run by and see if they can do any damage here. But there is 2 Zealots back at home and another sentry, and they're going to be able to ward off those Zerglings before they can really do any crazy damage. Now a large sentry force, and with a Stalker heading out here for Huk, just kind of moving in and then pulling back a little bit, which can make some reactions here. Losira is actually making a decent amount of roaches, 5 roaches coming out for him right now, and Huk pulling back to his base right now. Huk is getting the level 1 upgraded started for his weapons actually, so not going shield first, kind of an interesting choice. But he does have mostly ranged units, so the weapons do make sense. 1 spine crawler coming down for Losira, as well as an evolution chamber and lots of drones coming for him. Chrono boosting out this level 1 upgrade, and a robotics facility is on the way right now for Huk. We'll see where he's laying that down. Apparently not where I went to look. Here we go, in the back here, robotics facility. Macro hatch coming down right now for Losira, right between the main and the natural, so very interesting choice by him there. Also starting to take down the rocks to his natural second expansion, if you will, at this location. Losira is about 13 supply ahead right now, so he's got to be feeling pretty good. Huk getting his expansion up and running now. He does have it just about fully saturated, and he does have 4 simulators at this time. Large sentry force with some stalkers moving out, or with some zealots I should say. The stalkers are actually moving out to this side. So interesting choice by Huk, and we'll see if he's going to try and actually come and do some damage here. Stalkers are going to be able to kill a large amount of those Zerglings. They are going to try and run by, but Huk does have some units back at home ready to fight that stuff off. So here come the sentries now, starting to push in here. But there is a lot of creep, and there is some roaches out. I'm not sure how Huk feels about engaging this. There is no burrow or burrow movement down yet. 11 more roaches are on the way though, and Huk laying down beautiful force fields, blocking off all those roaches from being able to attack and taking out 1 or 2 of them while doing damage to the gas. Still has plenty of energy for more force fields, and he's going to catch 3 more roaches there and kill all of those and completely block off the rest of the army. So very nice play by Huk. Now hopefully he doesn't get overcommitted there and these roaches don't swing around and ruin his day, but he does still have a lot of energy. Throws down a Guardian Shield, and he's going to leave out the common hallway here, if you will. Take out an Overlord on the way, and some force fields to block off any further roaches from coming in. An Immortal coming out for Huk, as well as see Ground Carapace level 1 for Zerg, and Zerg Missile Attacks level 1. Lots of roaches here starting to look like they want to swing around, and Huk pokes back in this way, blocks off the roaches from coming up, and is going to get more free Zergling kills. So Huk losing barely any units here and continuing to do damage, taking out lots of roaches. And if we take a look at the units lost tab right now, Huk is way in the lead, about 2,000 minerals less lost for him. Another Immortal coming out for Huk right now and continuing to lay down those amazing force fields. Going to block off that ramp still, and all these roaches, it looks like about 14 roaches are just stuck back there, unable to do anything. And this hatchery could go down right now. If that goes down, it'll be a huge win for Huk. Roaches pulling back again and starting to run up again, but the force fields are down again. Lots of drones are going to be lost here. So many drones being killed right now. As you can see, Huk is now even on the drone count, and more drones still attacking, and they're going to continue to go down. Huk is just keeping the perma force fields up at this location. But if Huk is not careful, he might lose the rest of his army here. Huk is now 10 harvesters ahead. So a huge push by him, doing a lot of damage. And as you can see, he's now 3,000 minerals ahead right now. Huk moving with 4 stalkers up into the main here of Losira, and going to try and kill some more drones. He is going to take out a few more, just one-shotting him there with those 3 groups. And If we look at the units tab again, we'll see Huk is still 8 harvesters ahead. Lots of drones being pumped out right now for Losira there. And Huk has switched from mainly sentries to just stalkers and immortals. So very interesting change by him. And that could force, as you can see, Losira is getting burrow. It could force him to get burrow and burrow movement. He is getting Leo reconstitution for that roach speed right now, but Huk just going mass stalkers. So it could be a waste of burrow and burrow movement, really, by Losira if he does choose to go that route, as Huk does not have any force fielding units out right now. So very interesting play here. Some cannons being laid down for Huk. He really doesn't want to counterattack to ruin his day. And Huk has 3 immortals out now with mass stalkers. So a very powerful army here. Burrow about halfway complete for Losira, and he does have Zerg missile attacks level 2 on the way. Huk continuing to take out some overlords. Looking at the units lost tab again, he's about 2,500 minerals ahead there. And at the income tab, both players about even right now, when really Zerg should be a little bit ahead, but Huk able to kill a lot of harvesters there and doing the damage he needed to do. So there is 5 immortals now, and taking a look at our units tab here, there is 12 roaches to 22 stalkers and 5 immortals. Losira has taken the lead on the harvester count again by 6. There is another third hatch coming down here, and I believe this macro hatch got canceled, or it was killed, but I believe it was canceled. Huk now pushing up, taking out all these creep tumors with this observer. Still has these 4 immortals that are going to do a lot of damage to these roaches. Zerg ground carapace level 2 on the way. Level 2 missiles about to finish up. More roaches being pumped out right now, and Huk actually elected to pull back as he's getting his third as well. So both players focusing on their macro game right now. Huk has to know he's a little bit ahead. He is about 10 supply ahead, which really at this point isn't that much. But if we look at our armies tab, you can see that Huk is way far ahead. And it's not uncommon. Zergs will wait until they see an attack coming to start preparing a large army. Back to the production now, we can see Huk getting a few more cannons around, getting a Twilight Council put up, and now morphing in some sentries. And it looks like lots of roaches on the way for Losira, 6 right now. And some Zerglings trying to run in here. They're all going to get dropped, though, and probably not take out any of those sentries, not even doing any hull damage to those sentries. So Huk has to be feeling pretty solid right now. Huk getting the Protoss shields level 1, and 8 more roaches coming out for Losira right now. That ground 2, but missile attacks level 2 for the Zerg about to finish, and 11 roaches on the way right now. So Losira going very, very roach heavy here, and I feel like some Hydras wouldn't be a bad idea either. Hydras really do own these gateway units. You can see the double upgrades here coming down for Losira, and also Blink coming down for Huk right now, as that Twilight Council has finished. Huk now has a group of about 9 sentries and a lot of stalkers. We'll look at the units tab one time here. They are even on harvesters, 28 stalkers, and here comes the attack. Roaches here in the front. The sentries are all stuck in the back, so no force fields are going to come down, but there is 5 immortals here. Now the force fields start to come back, and Losira decides to start backing up. Lots of creep tumors going down right now for Losira, and Huk pulling back to his force fields, laying down more force fields, cutting that army completely in half. Huk doing so much damage here, and he has not lost a single immortal yet. Huk microing back those immortals to make sure he doesn't lose them, and just doing beautiful attacks here, beautiful force fields by Huk. I'm not trying to be a fanboy, but he really is playing well right now, and Losira is a great player. Losira looking like he Michael for a counterattack into the main of Huk, but Huk sees it, and he is going to be pulling back right now. These Zerglings are going to run up but get taken out by the stalkers and cannons, and Losira burrowing now. But there is an observer here, so if he's not careful, Huk is going to get a lot of free shots in. And Huk does get a lot of free shots. Nice force fields coming down, slowing the... Oh, wow, losing about 10 more roaches right now. Huk once again with those world-renowned force fields. Very solid play by him. We can see Zerg melee attacks level 1 on the way, as Losira is taking the gold base, and he has another macro hatch coming down here next to his natural. But Huk is pushing in towards this gold, and I don't see how Losira is not going to cancel this. He doesn't get the cancel off, it doesn't look like. So Huk just really at a huge advantage right now. Looking at the units lost tab, he's about 5,000 minerals ahead right now, and Huk's just pushing them in. Losira needs to hold back this attack, but more force fields coming down right now, narrowing the arc of that those roaches are able to get on the rest of those units. Zergling's trying to come back around for a little side attack, but Huk has some is ready for him there. Now doing his blink micro back and losing a lot fewer stalkers than he should be. These immortals doing a ton of damage. They are being targeted down by Losira, but they are killing so many roaches right now. Lots of Zerglings coming out for Losira right now, but Losira falling way behind. He's about 6,000 supplies lost now, and he is about 40 supplies behind Huk, and there's the GG from Losira. So very solid force fields and beautiful unit composition from Huk, making that